Hey, what's up? Carlos here with a new tutorial. And today I want to show you how to set up and use an external effect or processor with the Focusrite Saffire Pro 40. Sometimes we want to use different tools other than plugins, and in this video I'll demonstrate how to process recorded audio using Presonus Studio Channel. So without further ado, let's get right to it. I have a simple session in place, and let's give it a listen. Our goal is to reamp kick drum and snare, meaning I want to send the signal out of the box and run the signal through Studio Channel, then record the processed audio back in Logic. In order to achieve that, we need to set up our routing correctly, and that's a two-step process. First, we have to physically connect Studio Channel and Focusrite Saffire Pro 40 using physical cables. This image will help you connect properly the two devices. The main reason why I wanted to use Studio Channel is to add some analog warmth and a little bit of roundness to my kick, and at the same time take the advantage of full-featured VCA-based compressor and 3-band EQ that Sound Channel has to offer. These two parameters control tube gain and tube drive. I wanted to hear how they will affect the signal. Going back to step 1, locate your input and output on both devices and use either TRS or XLR cables to hook up. In this example, I'll be using output 3 and input 4 on Focusrite Pro 40, but of course you can use other available IOs. Please bear in mind that output 1 and 2 are exclusively for your speakers. Make sure that the input from Studio Channel or other processor goes to the output of Focusrite Saffire, and the output goes, you guessed it, to the input of the Focusrite Saffire. I've seen people connect input to input and output to output. Please avoid that. This audio interface offers 20 inputs and 20 outputs, including 8 mic preamps. Thus, you can use multiple outboard processors. You can also set up a patch bay in your home studio, similar to one they use in bigger commercial studios. Now, let's head back to Logic. I have already recorded kick drum and snare preamp to make the video shorter. These two muted tracks are newly created kick drum and snare, and we'll get back to them shortly. The selected snare track is actually a MIDI track, and I had to do some routing in Logic to get the signal out to Studio Channel. Before we do anything else, I need to take a step back and do one more thing to complete the external routing. Focusrite Saffire comes with Saffire Mix Control. We'll use it to connect Logic, Focusrite Saffire Pro 40 and Studio One. What I'd like to do is take the signal out of Logic output 3 and send it to the physical output on Focusrite Saffire Pro 40. In other words, we want the outputs in the mix control to match the ones in Logic. The next step is create a new mono audio track and label it accordingly. We'll use it to reamp the snare drum. As you can notice, there's no recorded audio on this selected track. I've already done that to speed up the process. However, I'll show you step by step how to do this, and please notice this is not the only way how to do it. By that being said, let's focus on MIDI snare track colored green. Now, set the output of this track to the output 3 and 4. Mine is grayed out because I'm using Soundflower to screen record. Remember that newly created mono audio track. You'll set the input of that track to input 4 to match the Focusrite Saffire Pro 40 and hit record. this is snare drum before processing. And this is after applying tube, compressor and some EQ in studio channel. You can hear it, but you can also see the waveform, and the dynamic range is more controlled now. It's also a matter of taste, so you can play with it and tweak the different parameters. Let's compare now the kick drums before and after and see if there are any differences. The light blue track is the processed one, and this one, solid one, is the original kick. You can clearly hear the difference. Let's add some room. Comparing snares again, before and after. Add some room to my snare. You can do something else. I added some gated reverb and some plates on my snare. Nice groove. Simple. Kick drum again, and I like it, but I wanted to do something else. I wanted my kick a little softer. The Waves plugin Transix did a little trick. You can hear how kick softens right away. It's very nice. It's not that pronounced. And that's it for today. There you have it, all in one. The external processing and few mixing tips. Don't forget to subscribe and take care now.